YouTubers, hello, Edward in the Philippines again, where the vendors come by and sell fish. It used to bother me a lot more, and I just pause now for a few minutes and then just let them go by. You know, they're just trying to earn a living. Mom and pops, not working for a corporation, with their family every day, just trying to make ends meet and earn a living, right? That's what it's all about. That was the original intent of God. All this schooling in the modern world, which takes the children away from the mother and the father to teach them the ways of God, to teach them the way that a family really should be is together, takes the children away, and they teach them how to be a slave employee to big corporations so they get rich and they can control the entire country that way. That's the truth. Look it up yourself. That's the whole intent. It's not for any other lying reason like, oh, gain independence, gain a good wealth for yourself. Wealth, it says very clearly, money is the root of all evil. If you are, your whole life is about earning more money, good luck to you. That's why I don't care how many subscribers I ever get on this channel. I mean, yes, the biggest reason why I want more subscribers and likes and shares is because I want to spread the word the way Christ intended, in his way, in his Bible, and the way he designed it for human beings to have a harmonious and peaceful and loving and wonderful family and relationships throughout this world, not what it's turned into. It's all satanic controlled brainwashing of children in schools to work for other people and corporations, destroying the families, divorce laws. It's craziness. So, okay, here's the good one I got for today. Let me digress here. Okay, so I just installed on my doors of my property, post no bills. Okay, wherever you go in the Philippines, you're gonna see this on residential properties throughout the Philippines. And I always, when I first came here, wondering, what's that all about? And also they do it on trucks and cars too. They'll post the words, not for hire, right? So those are always burning in my mind. What's that about? What's that about? So what it's about is these evil people hijacking people into slavery. I don't care where it is in the world, right? There's certain laws and rules per the constitutions of these countries that anyone in authority, elected authority is supposed to be, right? There's elections. That's the way it was designed, for elections, right? And these elections are supposed to be people put into position to protect and serve and take care of the communities that they're elected to, states, whatever, government that they're being elected to. In the Philippines here, it's barangays, municipalities, then provinces, then the federal government, right? So this notice on a residential property means no, this is the original intent. No government can come by and give you a notice of any kind of a payment, tax or otherwise, or lien or levy or anything else. They don't have the right. But you have to make sure you follow the law. You have to post this, and then anything that they give you, you don't accept, right? Because it's a lie. But if you accept it, like, and if you sign anything, don't do it. Then that's a contract. If you sign or accept, just like when you're served a notice or a summons from a court, if you take that, or if they say, are you so-and-so? And you say, yes, I'm so-and-so, then they got you. Then it's, if they record it, they have to record that they accepted the documents from you. So you have to know how these people, these criminal cabals, cheat you. then they will cheat you just like a scammer online or anything else. Everyone has their hand out and trying to get their hand into your pocket. That's the truth in this day and age, in this world. So you got, as a Christian, you got to fight evil where it exists. If you don't, you are a slave and familiar to them. Familiar is an advocate for evil. Don't ever do it. I would rather fight evil where it exists in the world, no matter where you are, and die for it. Literally. If you don't, what are you? You might as well be a little worm on the ground just waiting to be stepped on and squashed by anyone that comes by. Right? The whole thing of inalienable rights that God gave us as Him being the creator and we are His creation, is to have inalienable rights of happiness and a right to earn a living and family and all these things and ownership of property. Ownership of property is huge, absolutely huge. And in order to truly own property, which is called a allodial title, if you have allodial title, no one can ever lien or tax your property ever, as long as it remains in an allodial title. But what these municipalities have done is switched all that over to different types of documents with different names on them, where they actually own the property. They are the masters, and all you are doing is renting. You know why? Because if you have to pay a tax, you're just making your yearly payment to them to stay on the property they own. And then it's double indemnity, because then if you borrowed from a bank to purchase that property from the municipality, is exactly what you're doing, then you're not only owned by the municipality, you're also owned by the bank too. So yeah, this is the stuff going on in the world right now, ladies and gentlemen. And you really need to look at the written laws. The written laws. There is a procedure for everything. And if you don't know the law and you're stupid or naive or ignorant of it, they will take advantage of you, and they will take you everything you own, including your life, your freedom, your livelihood, everything. So take the time, read your Constitution of your country, read the laws. Don't go by what other people say. That's what most of the people get in trouble in this whole earth today. They just say, oh, everybody knows, just like the movie Trolls, if you've ever seen it. Oh, everybody knows that you can only be happy if you eat a troll. That's what the Bergens are saying, right? Because that was the common knowledge that everyone thought was true. Oh, everybody knows that the only way you can be happy is by eating a troll. It's the same exact thing it's saying when people say to your face, oh, everybody knows that death and taxes will never end. See what I mean? That is a pure lie. Death is inevitable, but taxes has no association to death. That is a lie that the people, the criminal cabals in this world has ingrained into the people's memories. Everybody knows that death and taxes will never end. It's a lie. Pure and simple scam lie. So and don't believe me, I'm just the messenger. Read what it says in your constitutions. And you have to really, in the case of the income taxation, it is very clear in the U.S. I don't know what it is in the Philippines as far as that goes, but there's Supreme Court case files and documentation, everything that happened in the Supreme Court case. As soon as the 16th Amendment came out in the early 1900s in the U.S. about the income tax, when that first 16th Amendment came out, and the Supreme Court clearly said there has been no change to the original Constitution with the 16th Amendment. Because all the 16th Amendment truly did was to make government employees and officials and people residing in U.S. territories to pay the income tax. All the rest of the 50 states that are residents of which, if you reside and make income there's all kinds of words in the IRS code and the 16th Amendment that just deceive the people to what the truth is. It's crazy. Okay. Anything you earn with working with your hands, let's just call it that, because income in itself means if you're associated with the government, contracted to the government, or an official in the government, or live in one of the as a resident in one of the territories of the U.S., that's called and described as income. What the people earn with their hands in the other 50 states is not under the definition of income. Yeah, this is the kind of legality and how they try to trick you with words. But you know what? You're never going to know the truth unless you do your own reading and own research. You know what? I've been doing this for years, until I even got the balls to fight the lies. And ever since, I don't deal with that anymore because I got the truth and the law behind me. Not only God's law, but the original constitutional law behind me, which they are supposed to obey, but they have tricked the people to filing the 1040 returns and all this stuff. And you know what? If you've been tricked into that whole system, there is a process from the Congress of the United States called what is it called? Revocation of election. Look it up. Revocation of election. And that is the out to get out of the volunteer income tax system. And you listen to all kinds of senators throughout the years, different interviews and everything. They'll always say, oh, it's a volunteer system. It's a volunteer system, yeah, but you've been sucked into it through the process of automatic withholdings and falsely filing the 1040, which is only for government workers, government contracts, and residents of U.S. territories. You guys, it's unbelievable how sophisticated and so smart people think that they are, that go to colleges and is the modern man, but they're still being lied to and believing in these lies. And you know what? In order to have true freedom in this earth, right of ownership is number one. And to keeping the family together, the only country in the whole entire world right now that's Christian, some of the Arab countries and Muslim countries and stuff have similar laws in their constitutions, but the only constitution that's Christian country in the United States of the Philippines that does not allow divorce, there's Article 15, Section 2. Read it. Article 15 is about the family only, and it's very clear, Section 2, that the state will fight against anything that destroys the family. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what it says. That's why divorce is illegal in the Philippines. Bam! Read, do your research, ladies and gentlemen. Do your research. If you care about your future and your children's future, to have real freedom, you have to. Otherwise, you're going to be a slave the rest of your life, and all you care about is sports betting, drinking, entertainment. That's what the governments and the masses do to make your minds be focused on something other than what the truth is. An informed citizen is the only way you're going to stay free. And majority of citizens these days, uninformed, completely uninformed of almost everything legal. And the print is clear. Well, it's in writing, but there's legalese tricking your mind to think it says something else. So you really have to bear down and learn about legalese if you really want to know the truth. So I'm just trying to tell you my situation, what I've done my whole life. Right now, I don't deal with any of that stuff because I know what the rules are and I know how to repel it. I know what the original laws are and I know how to repel it. Plus, all law in this earth is derived from God's law. I don't care who you talk to, who's going to tell you any different. That's all a lie. All law comes from God's laws, which starts with the Ten Commandments, and it's derived off of that. The Articles of Confederation, Magna Carta in England, I mean, you name it. All legal documents derive originally from God's law. If you really get down to the core of laws, all you have to do is say that you are following God's law and your understanding of God's law says this and says that. They can't imprison you. They can't touch you. But you know what? These days, you even say Jesus or God one time, 9 out of 10 people are going to run the other direction. That's the truth. And you know what? Jesus is the most powerful name on the earth right now. Most powerful name. Because if you say it, the demons, the possessed people are going to run from you. And if you die in the name of Christ, where are you going? Bam, you're right with God. That's his right hand. So it's a win-win for Christians. It might destroy your life on earth, but you know what? This is a testing grounds. This whole earth is a testing grounds for all people. Fine, go to Satan's side. Be deceived your entire life. The only way you're going to have true happiness and true salvation for the rest of your life, for you and your family, is to really understand God and accept Christ. Bingo. Period. So, just letting you guys know where this whole conversation derives from, and that's post no bills. Post it on your gates, post it on your doors. In the Philippines, it's all over the place because a lot of the old timers know what it means. You ask the young people that have been brainwashed in school. I just asked we have 2 girls here that are in private high school, from my brother-in-law and his wife, 2 girls, right? And one's in 10th grade and the other's in 12th grade. And they don't even know, they haven't even been taught the Philippines Constitution. What? In a private school? It's a Catholic school. Yeah, the Catholics, it's the top private schools in the country, in a lot of different countries, right? But why don't they teach you basic truths? You know what I'm saying? They have some Bible studies and stuff like that, but they don't get really into really with the meat of God's word. They skirt around the edges of it all the time, right? And it's a doctrine. That's all a doctrine, which is, man's law on top of God's law, which is illegal in God's eyes. So anyways, I'm just saying, there's no one going to help you, no one going to save you, no one going to rescue you. You have to do it for yourself. And, I just pray to God that people are going to find out the truth. And like my earlier video today, I just had a vivid dream last night that it's going to get harder and harder for people around the world now because this massive demonic spirit has been released upon the world. In my dream, this is like this, right? Of hatred and killing has just been blanketed upon everyone of the world, and it's working overtime. And we are in a bad situation right now, ladies and gentlemen. I just pray that Jesus can find his way into your heart somehow, because it's the only way out. It's the only true way out. So, really, I love you guys. Sorry it was such a long one. I digress into so much. Take care of yourselves. Love and kiss and hold your family and never let go. In your name, Jesus, I pray. Good luck. Bye-bye.